Every morning when I start my day, I reach for my headphones. And they usually look like this: tangled, tight, hopelessly intertwined. And while I'm trying to untangle them, I can feel the frustration rising, the impatience, the stress. And then a little voice in my head saying, "This is ridiculous. Why is this so hard?" And maybe you know that feeling. When a coffee machine has 20 plus buttons and asks 50 more life decisions to make, or when you're about to give a really important presentation and your computer decides, perfect time for an update. Or when you just want to read your online article in peace, but first have to fight through all the cookie banners and pop-up banners and ads of things you didn't even know existed. And then you sit there asking yourself, why is this so hard? And then you maybe start doubting yourself and not the product. Because design is never neutral. It can create moments we love, moments of connectedness, moments of joy. Or it can create something what I call micro frustrations, caused by low-functioning products, tiny irritations that are piling up during your day, over decades, over years, and maybe even over a lifespan. Because design is not only informing us how we experience the world, but ourselves within it. So I started asking myself, what does it actually take to create the opposite? Not frustration, but joy or spark or connectedness. What do we need to create something that makes humans flourish? And that was the starting point of my own research. I am exploring how the science of well-being, called positive psychology, can inform how we design, how we innovate, and how we imagine this world. And maybe some of you know positive psychology. Please raise your hand if you ever heard about positive psychology. That's a very hopeful sign. Thank you. Positive psychology was founded over 2 decades ago from a psychologist called Martin Seligman. And it was kind of revolutionary in psychology because it was mainly the focus on how can we make people from illness back to function. But it was not really the question about how we can make them flourish, especially not healthy people. And this became now a very crucial research question for nearly 25 years. And I want to show you what they came up with. It's called the PERMA model. And it shows that one thing that we definitely need is positive emotions. So these moments of joy, of connectedness, or of inspiration that are fueling your day. Those moments that you want to remember at the end of your lifetime. It also needs engagement. So when you feel totally engaged in your task and you feel uplifted by it, and maybe even it can create a moment of flow, where you totally forget everything around you and you're super involved in your task. And what it also needs is positive relationships. Those ones who make us feel seen, comfortable, connected, safe. And it needs meaning. The feeling that something that I'm doing is actually contributing to something bigger than the task itself. And it needs accomplishment, feeling of pride. When effort turns into progress, you can look around and say, I did that. Taking all those elements together, this is what makes people not only function, but flourish. So when we look actually around, I don't know how about you, but when I look around, I don't see a lot of products or places or systems that were actually designed for us to flourish. What I actually see is mainly another driver, especially in the market. What's the next big thing? It's definitely a very exciting question. But I think what would be much more exciting would be the question, what's the next big thing for humans? Because I think it's not another device or another app or another ad. I think it's a question that we have to rephrase. What and who are we designing for? And this is what I call positive innovation. And it starts with me. When I feel inspired, when I feel connected, when I feel activated and alive, it creates a spark. So we can create purposeful, meaningful, and then it can ripple into the world. Tiny little ripples of well-being that are changing how we see the world, how we want to create the world, and how we grow together. And since every innovation starts with 3 things, one moment, one person, and one choice, why don't we start now? I would like to invite you to close your eyes for a moment. And now remember a moment, maybe today, maybe yesterday, where you felt uplifted. Maybe it was a smile that you shared. Maybe a good song moved through you. Or you heard about an idea that inspired you. And now let that good feeling expand into your body. Make it bigger. And now imagine if everything around you, maybe even right now, right here, would be designed to create more of that feeling. What do you see? What do you feel? What would change? If you want, you can open your eyes again. This is what I call positive innovation, and you just did it. You innovated something positively just for yourself, but maybe it can also inspire you what you want to bring into the world. Because when we take that feeling that you just created within yourself and we expand it into the world, and it will also inform how we create communities and maybe workplaces or even your city. It would be definitely another feeling that you would have in your everyday life. That's what I call the uplift. So, only a couple minutes back, we talked about something tangled and frustrating. And it's a reminder that every design choice matters because it makes us feel something. And you make life design choices every day. What you use, what you create, what you imagine. And each of these choices creates echoes into the world. And that's why the future begins how we design today. Thank you.